Hello everyone, this is David Mueller at Monetary Ocean, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys the basis and the main screen of Scoutly, or FBA scan as it's formerly known. So first of all, we see a big blank screen. So we see a couple things here right off the bat. At the top left we see NF mode, we see enter number, and we see cogs. So the NF mode we'll get into in a future video. That is essentially the operating mode that we are working with. The enter number box is where we can enter in the ISBN, or we can type to search book titles, media titles, anything you want really. If you type it in, then it will search Amazon's product pages and it'll search their catalog and try to find the correct item. And the COGS is basically the cost of goods sold. So you go ahead and put whatever of these preset numbers in, and it will go ahead and fix the numbers as you see according to the cost of goods. And if you don't see a number on here that you need to use, say you're going to use 20, I'll go ahead and show you exactly how to use that here right now. So we can go ahead and use the scan functionality. It uses the camera on the device. If you're using a phone, this is an Android. It can also use iPod or iPhone, my bad. And there is also capabilities to use a PDA, but for this video I'm just going to be talking about the use for a phone. So we're going to go ahead and scan a book that I have right here. And so sometimes this pops up. I actually have the correct subscription, but this is just an error that it gives you from time to time. So I'll show you actually another new functionality that they have in doing this. So you can see this is just a barcode scanner, and then next to it you see OCR. So this allows you to scan directly the ISBN on the back of a book. And so if there is no barcode to be had, you can directly scan it. And as you can see, kind of this green text is popping up, and it's basically reading what is on the screen. So I'm going to scan this. There we go. And so we have a buy. I got this book for $0, but if you want to look at the numbers, it goes and changes as you change the cogs, and you can also change different numbers about it as well. So we're going to go ahead and look at this big green bar that's pretty obnoxious and saying buy this book. So we see target. That is the price. If you were to sell it at $17.60, you would net $7.73 after fees and shipping. And so then, like I said, these numbers will change as your COGS change and as your target price changes as well. And so you can do this by just clicking these different numbers and modifying it as you see fit. So if you want to go ahead and change that number, say you paid $50 for this book, you go ahead and click on profit. And you can change a whole bunch of different things about it. You can change the target price or the total price as it has here. You can change the cost of goods, which, like I said, we're going to pay $50 for this book for whatever reason. And then it automatically puts the profit yield at the bottom. So in this case, it's negative $36.92. So you really messed up on this buy. But you can also change the inbound shipping. I usually just leave it at 40 cents. It's a little bit high for what I end up paying anyways, but that kind of gives me a little extra buffer for more profit. But the Amazon fees, they calculates out all the fees based off the weight, based off the price, and based off of how long it assumes it will sit in storage. And that is dependent on the sales rank and the average sales rank. So we're going to go ahead and go back. And you'll see right off the bat, it's saying buy negative $36 still, so you just got to click one more time off another button and it'll go ahead and update that to a reject. But we'd never pay $50 for this book, so we'll go back to 0. And so as you can see, it kind of looks a little bit bland on this screen, and that is because I am using the NF mode. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do a live search off of this database search. So you use this button right here, and it'll automatically pull a live feed of the product, and now we can see a little bit more information that's up to date about this product. So first thing you probably saw pop up is at the bottom right hand corner, you see a bunch of zigzag green lines. That is the sales chart for this product on a year basis. So you see a lot of activity. If you guys don't know how to read this graph, I have a video on how to read Keepa graphs, and I would recommend watching that and learning how sales history and sales charts work for Amazon. But we're going to go ahead and go back. We see a lot of sales history, and we also see that by the numbers provided here. So let's take a look at this box right here where it says book. And so that's just like the type of media. If it was a CD, DVD, it would say those two things in that spot. And we see the lean CEO. So if we go ahead and click on the picture here, it will go ahead and take us to the actual Amazon product page, and we can there verify the product that we scanned. So this can be helpful if, say, you scan a book and it's a multi-volume book. Say you have volume 1 and the book that you scanned or the barcode you scanned is for the whole set. You can go ahead and read, okay, this is for a set. I only have volume 1. You don't want to buy that book. Unless you have the other books, but we're not going to get into that. So we can see that it's a hardcover book, that's correct, and we can see different information about this book itself. Next thing we're going to look at are the different numbers we see here. So the first thing is the used buy box. So for the used buy box, it's going to be $7.62, and it's basing that target price off that number, which is usually what happens because this is set for used books. The next thing over, we have the new buy box, and if you noticed when I looked at the product page, that was the buy box. It was $19.99, and we also see that Amazon is selling the book for $31.50. So since the new buy box is lower than Amazon, obviously it takes the buy box away from Amazon, but we're not going to talk about that. Next thing down, we have the rank and the average rank. So that number on the left is going to be the current rank as it is right at this second, or at the second of the live search. So we see it's 867,000, which is on the higher end, but we also see the average rank is about 500. So that's like decently low. It is a little bit on the higher end, but it's definitely a book that I would buy every single time. And we see by the sales chart and by the days with sale that it has a lot of sales proof. It is selling, and so it is a definite buy book. And the number that we see, or the lack of number that we see at the trade-in, is a thing that Amazon will do. For usually textbooks or higher value books, it will give a direct trade-in. So if you want to, instead of waiting for the book to sell, say it has a $30 trade-in, you're able to just directly trade that book into Amazon and they'll just cash you out right there. So this gray bar right here, we see used FBA, new FBA, and new. So we can go ahead and click on these columns, the top of the column, and we can see the actual listings as you clicked on it. So I clicked on the new FBA, so we're going to see the prime listings here. And so since there's only a couple used listings, we're only going to see these, and we also see the new ones tacked on there. This is just basically the general prime listings. And if we were to click on the used listings, that's non-prime, we'll see all of the non-prime listings. Cool. So now let's take a look at the bottom bar here. We have a lot of different things, a lot of different buttons. So first thing on the left here, this is going to be from that thing. So say you were to type in a book cover and there's a bunch of different things that pop up. This is how you actually sort through what you saw. So say you click on this first one here and it isn't what you're looking for. So then you can go ahead, you'll have this option again. You can go ahead and click that again, switch to a different one, and then go so on and so forth. I went ahead and messed that up just because I did that, but we'll go right back. So I'm going to go ahead and do the live search so I can see more things. So we see right next to it a little eBay button. It says eBay sold, if you can't tell. So if you were to click on this, it goes to eBay's page for the sold listings. It doesn't look like there's any sold listings for this book, so it's just pulling up a category page. But I got this information because of a different setting on this bottom bar after the scan. So if you already saw me scan the book, so I won't even touch that. Basically, you can do a barcode scan or the OCR scan. The button right to the right of that is a link builder. So you can either pick one of these URLs. So right now I have it on eBay sold listings. You can change it around to whatever you want. Camel, camel, camel is a popular one. And you can search the listings via that link. If you notice at the top of that, you can add a new URL link. So you can technically build out your own custom URL link to use with this program. So what it used to be was that you could use Keepa. That was in place of this whole custom URL situation. So it was just a direct link to Keepa and you could see things. But currently at this day and time, Keepa is not able to work with Scoutly or Scout IQ, and that is because Amazon does not allow third third-party applications to work with other third-party applications. So that's just kind of a issue that people have been running into, and these different apps have been finding different workarounds to that, one of which being this photo of the Keepa graph at the bottom right corner. Scout IQ does the same exact thing. So the button right next to it is the Amazon logo. So if you go ahead and click on this, it takes you to the Seller Central page. You have to sign into your Seller Central account. Obviously, you can't see this. This is my information. But you go over, and you can see the product. And if you've ever applied for selling requests, this is exactly the same thing. So we can see, okay, we can sell it in new, collectible, and used editions. So that is basically to authenticate, okay, I can sell this product, or no, I can't sell this product. And you can do requests that way as well. And the last thing is a little shopping cart here. So this actually, when I click it, it goes away. And I'll show you guys in the next video, or one of these future videos, what that actually does. Or if you want to click in the link description below, or if you want to click at the top right of the video, I will have a link to that video. There's two other options on this page, and you do that by scrolling over. So we have the main screen. As we look at it, we see all the data in a number form. We swipe over, and we can see it based off of colors. So these are all things you can change in the settings. The colors can be changed however you want. So from a general standpoint, green is good. Green is like low and, selling good. Red is selling slow and it's not as good. So we can see the different, the lowest price, the used buy box, the Amazon new buy box. So these are numbers that are basically copied from the above. If you take a look closely, so we can see all the exact same place. It's just in color form instead of number form. And we can slide over one more time to an actual bar graph. So same thing as the bird view, except it is just in a bar graph form. I recommend you figure out what suits you the best. For me, I'm a numbers guy. I like to just look directly at the numbers and see how I'm going to price it based off what I see on this page. Some people I know like to see the bar graph. Some people I know like to see the bird's view. Just, fit how you like it. Customize it as you see fit, because that will help you out in the future to work faster and more efficiently to your own needs.